Welcome back with the next chapter, chapter 5, heat and temperature. Heat is a form of energy, we know that, which makes the substance hot. In winter, it is our common experience that we feel cold inside the house, and if we come out in front of sun rays, then we feel warm. Now, if we know that, how do we feel this sensation of warm or cold? Then what will be our answer? Think. In this chapter, we will try to find out the answer to such kind of questions. So first we start with that one activity. Take 3 glasses, fill 1 glass with refrigerator water, second one with tap water and the third one with the boiling hot water. Put a drop of food coloring in each and note how it spread in the different glasses of water over time. You will observe that heat spread the color molecules faster while the cold water will have the color concentration on the top. The difference in the temperature of the individual glasses of water shows how heat plays a part in the spreading of molecules. What else do you conclude from your observation on this experiment? So let's learn about the concept of heat and the temperature, and then we learn about the various methods of transfer of heat and its properties. Concept of heat. In our daily routine, we come across a number of objects out of which some are hot while other objects are cold. Example, when a frying pan kept on a burning gas stove becomes hot but the handle of the pan is cold. Even among the hot objects, some objects may be hotter than the other. In the same manner, among the cold objects, some object may be colder than the other. So if I ask you how you decide the relative hotness or coldness of object, then your answer will be by simply touching the object. But our sense of touch is not enough in telling us whether an object is really hot or cold. So this can be understood by performing a simple activities which is given in your textbook. That means we need the piece of wood and a piece of metal. Test the piece of wood and the piece of metal with your hand, preferably at room temperature, to get a better understanding. Put a cube of ice on each and then touch them when the ice has melted. What is your observation? Record your observation and note which object feels colder than the other. Discussion. You will come to the conclusion that the piece of metal feels cooler than the piece of wood, as heat is removed faster from your hand by the piece of metal than the piece of wood. But since your sense of touch is relative, you will not be able to measure how hot or how cold your hand feels when it touches this object. So the degree of hotness or the coldness of a body is known as temperature. Out of 2 objects, whichever has the higher temperature is hot and the one with lower temperature is cold. So the temperature of an object is measured using a instrument that we call as thermometer. So let's proceed the details of measuring temperature and thermometer. Then what is that? Measuring the temperature. The degree of hotness or coldness of object is known as the temperature of the object, and the temperature of an object is and only the property that indicates which object is hot and which one is cold. A high temperature of a body indicates that it is very hot, whereas the low temperature of the object indicates low temperature, that means it is very cold. Example, the temperature of boiling water is quite high, so boiling water appears to be very hot. On the other hand, the temperature of melting ice is quite low, so ice appears to be very cold on touch. There are various types of thermometer. That one is that mercury thermometer, second one alcohol, and the third one digital. Mercury, the property of mercury that it remain liquid at room temperature make it is suitable to be used in thermometer. In addition, mercury expand almost uniformly for a wide range of temperature, and it is easy to see mercury because of a silver grey color. Second one, alcohol thermometer. Alcohol can also be used in thermometer as it is not toxic as mercury and can be used to measure lower temperature. And the third, which is maximally we are using, that is digital thermometer. In digital thermometer, they have a transmitters inside them. The passage of the current through it depends on the temperature that is being read. Another device measures the temperature and the information is displayed on a screen in digits. Then the scale of thermometer. Just like a scale is used to measure length and then marking that is centimeter, millimeter and inches. Similarly, the thermometer has also been 3 scales. First one is that Celsius scale, read as degree Celsius. Second, Fahrenheit scale, read as degree Fahrenheit. And Kelvin scale, read as Kelvin. All the 3 scales have lower fixed point and upper fixed point taken at sea level. So here that given diagram, that lower fixed point, that is 0 degrees Celsius on the Celsius scale, and the upper fixed point, that is 100 degrees Celsius on the Celsius scale, and the 32 degree Fahrenheit on the Fahrenheit scale, while it is 212 degree Fahrenheit on that Fahrenheit scale. Then the next 273 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale, while 373 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. So in thermometer which has a scale marked on it, which is used to read the temperature. Example, the scale in laboratory thermometer is measured along the length of the thermometer tube between 0 degree mark and that 100 degree into 100 equal divisions. So each division is called as a degree, and the temperature of an object should always be stated with its unit. So the most common unit for measuring temperature is degree Celsius. First, we know that different types of thermometer, that is clinical thermometer. We first discuss about that clinical thermometer. Both the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer has that mercury thermometer. So when a particular amount of heat is supplied to that thermometer bulb consisting of mercury by the hot bodies whose temperature is to be measured, then the mercury expands and rises in the glass tube of the thermometer. This fact is used in measuring that the temperature. First, clinical thermometer. It is a thermometer which is used for measuring the temperature of the human body. In case of fever, it is used by the doctor to measure the temperature of the patient. This thermometer consists of a long glass tube having a thin uniform bulb. There is a glass bulb at one end of the glass tube which consists of a mercury, which is shown in that figure also. Then what are the features of that clinical thermometer? There is a very short range of temperature of a clinical thermometer, that is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The short range of a clinical thermometer is because of the fact that the temperature of human body normally does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius. Just above the bulb containing mercury, a clinical thermometer has a kink in its glass tube which is to prevent the backflow of mercury into the thermometer bulb. When the thermometer bulb is removed from the mouth of a patient, this kink prevents the mercury level in the thermometer tube from falling on its own. Due to this, we can read the correct body temperature of the patient even after removing the thermometer bulb from his mouth. And we know that after noting that the body temperature, the level of mercury can be brought down by giving jerk to that thermometer tube. As mercury, we know that it is very toxic and is difficult to dispose of, so the thermometer must be handled carefully. Clinical thermometer should not be used to measure the temperature of the object other than the human body. It should not be kept in the sun or near a flame, otherwise it may break. Nowadays, digital thermometers are used which do not use mercury. Precautions while using a clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer should not be used for any object other than the human body. There are some following precautions which are to be observed while reading a clinical thermometer. First one, wash the clinical thermometer before and after using, preferably with an antiseptic solution. Second, be ensure that the mercury level before using the clinical thermometer should be below 35 degrees Celsius. And then the clinical thermometer should be read by keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. While reading the clinical thermometer, it should never be held by the bulb. The clinical thermometer should be carefully handled. Next one, laboratory thermometer, a device which is used for measuring the temperature in a science laboratory is called as laboratory thermometer, and this thermometer is made up of a long glass tube having a thin bore. The graduation marked on the tube of a laboratory thermometer can measure the temperature from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. This is known as the range of a laboratory thermometer. Also determine how much a small deviation on this thermometer reads. This is also known as the least count of the thermometer. It is due to the fact that this information is required to read the thermometer correctly. These are a special thermometer which automatically record the maximum and the minimum temperature of the day, and the maximum S and the minimum temperature of the last day reported in the weather reports in TV and the newspaper are measured by that maximum and minimum thermometer. Precautions in using a laboratory thermometer. While measuring temperature, the laboratory thermometer should be held vertically and the thermometer bulb should be surrounded from all sides by the substance whose temperature is to be measured. The thermometer reading should be taken while its bulb is still in touch with the substance whose temperature is being measured by keeping the mercury level along the line of sight. The thermometer should not be held by the bulb. The thermometer should be carefully handled. We should not down the temperature reading by keeping the thermometer bulb immersed in hot water because if the thermometer bulb is taken out of hot water, then its mercury level, that means thread, will start falling, and this will give a wrong reading for the temperature of a hot water. And the last one, digital thermometer. There are the most common thermometer like mercury thermometer which use liquid metals called mercury for their working. Mercury is a toxic substance, a poisonous substance, so thus it is very difficult to dispose of safely. If a thermometer breaks, so there is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometer. Also during these days, digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. We learn about what is that clinical and laboratory thermometer. Now we discuss about the difference between clinical and laboratory thermometer. First, clinical thermometer. The scale ranges from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius or 94 degrees Fahrenheit to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. While in laboratory thermometer, the scale ranges from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Second, in clinical, the ticking stops that mercury level to fall on its own, while in laboratory, no kings in lab thermometer so that the mercury falls on its own. Then third, reading can be observed after removing it from the mouth. But in laboratory thermometer, reading can be observed while the thermometer is immersed in that liquid. And the last one, used that in clinical thermometer used to measure temperature of the human body, while the laboratory thermometer is used for that laboratory measurement.